sight, your faith has saved you. Immediately he regained his sight and followed him, glorifying God. And all the people, when they saw it, they too praised the Lord. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. There are two types of people in the city of Jericho. There are shouters and there are shushers. Shouters and shushers. I know if I had been in Jericho 2,000 years ago, I would have been a shusher. Because I am most certainly not a shouter. I'll give you an example. The other night, I was at the Red Wing boys varsity basketball game. Down by, some of you are nodding your head, down by 19 against Winona. They started to battle back. In the last 2.5, 3 minutes, they made not one, not two, but 3 clutch three-pointers. Winona started to get tight, missed 5 free throws in a row. And finally, as the excitement in the gymnasium built, in the last second, as the buzzer went off, and the last of those three-point shots went through the net, the crowd erupted. The students in the student section, some of them even ran onto the court. People were pumping their fists. Senior citizens I saw jumping in the air. Both players and coaches were yelling in elation, and I, in the midst of the excitement, got caught up, and yes, I will admit, I clapped rather emphatically because I'm not a shouter. I'm a shusher. Shouters make me nervous. Shouters, frankly, I find them embarrassing. You know how that works, right? It feels odd. Like, even if you're not at a sporting event, even if you're in a coffee shop, and there's someone who's just talking way too loud, they're not shouting, but they're close to it, and you look around after about 5 seconds of silence, and you can tell that people in the coffee shop are staring in your direction, and they're wondering, was it you who was making all that noise, or was it the person next to you? And it's embarrassing, right? And what do you want to do? You want to shout to the coffee shop, I'm not the shouter, I'm not the one. Of course, then you're still a shouter, and it's still embarrassing. It's a no-win situation. I'm a shusher. Shh. When people are shouting, when people are kind of looking silly, when people are embarrassing themselves, I want to say, shh, knock it off. Just calm down. Look presentable. Look like you got your life together. Because that's what good, respectable people do, right? We go through this world and we act like we got life together. The people of Jericho, they like to shush people. I like them. When Jesus comes to town, they are lined up. They're curious. They've heard the stories. Now, most of those, remember, these stories are second and third and maybe even fourth hand. They don't know what's true and what is not, but they've heard that Jesus, some people say he turned the water into wine. Some people even say he walked on water. There's some people who are saying that maybe, just maybe, he took a couple loaves of bread and some fish and fed a multitude of people. And there's even, get this, there's even some rumors that maybe, just maybe, he raised the dead. The people of Jericho are curious. This is his last stop before he goes to the city of Jerusalem. They want to see this Jesus, but again, they are good, respectable people. So they line up along the road and they stand there. They're wearing their Sunday best. They stand up straight. They look like good, presentable people. The people of Jericho watch as Jesus walks by. Except there's that one guy. Because in every community there is that one person, right? He begins to shout, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Real quick, so some of you know, if you're confused, hey, I thought Joseph and Mary were the parents of Jesus. David is a reference to the great king in the history of Israel. When the man calls out Jesus, Son of David, he is calling Jesus the king. Jesus, Son of David, King Jesus, have mercy on me, help me. And of course, the people in Jericho do not like this. This is embarrassing. This is undignified. This is not the way we behave in Jericho. So do you know what they do to him? Shh. Go ahead, turn to your neighbor and do it. That's exactly what they do. Because there's a way that you act. This is not how a person who has his life together behaves. Knock it off. You've heard that in your life before. Stop acting like that's what they are saying to this man. And those who are not saying it, because he can't hear. You know why? Because he's shouting. Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on those. He can't hear the people shushing him, but there's other people in the crowd who are glaring at him. You know that look, right? That's what they're doing over and over again, but he doesn't see them because he's blind. That's not figurative. He is literally blind. Think about the life of a blind person in the ancient world in Jericho. Short lifespan, horrific challenges. This man is desperate. He cannot even pretend. Life is so hard for him. He cannot even pretend that he has everything together. Instead, all he can do is shout. All he can do is stand there, sit down and shout. Shout that maybe, just maybe, this Jesus, the one person in the world might be able to help him, that maybe, just maybe, this Jesus will heal him. And everybody around him says, shh, I get this. I get this and why they acted this way, because most days, as I have admitted, I am a shusher. I would prefer to go through life having everything together. And even on those weeks I don't have it together, you know what I do? I pretend like I have it together. In the very least, I want the people of this congregation to think, wow, that guy's got his life together, right? Yeah, that's what we do. We go through life trying to act as though we have everything together, that we're not overwhelmed, that we're not stressed out, that we're not fragile or vulnerable, because those are the last things we would ever want to show to anyone else. And yet there is one day in the life of the church when we say no. There is one day in the life of the church that God requires us to stop pretending like we have life all together, and instead that we acknowledge our brokenness. We acknowledge our vulnerability, even if it makes us look a little foolish. That is tonight. Ash Wednesday is the night we acknowledge we need help. We need Jesus. And that means all of us. I think about young people who are in the sanctuary tonight. The truth of the matter is this. You are growing up with challenges, and I'll speak for myself, beyond anything that I faced as a teenager. You have access to substances I never had access to. You are growing up in a social media age. We had no idea what that even meant 25 years ago. You are growing up with all the pressures of a fast-moving world, and including the age-old quest of where are you going to find community, where are you going to find identity. Those are all challenges that, as I watch you young people navigate those, frankly, on a daily basis, you're doing exceedingly well. And yet, there are days, there are moments when it is abundantly clear that you can't do it on your own. And in those moments, there's really only one solution that helps. That is to acknowledge we need Jesus. Adults, we are the same. We spend a lot of energy, right? A lot of energy trying to hold it together. And yet when we are really, really honest with ourselves in that small group of people we let know us, we are able to admit, wow, I can't do this on my own. I need Jesus. And if we can't acknowledge it now, if we go through this life thinking, you know what, that whole Jesus thing, maybe that's good for the rest of the people, but for me, I'm different. I'm a little stronger. I've got things a little more together than most people. I'm good. Good luck with that. Because today at about 3:15, I sat at the bedside of a woman dying from cancer. I watched her share communion with her husband. I marked her with ashes, recognizing that there is relatively little time left. And I did that watching her have a smile on her face and an appreciation for the day. Friends, you don't find that strength on your own, all right? That comes from outside of you. That comes from Jesus. At 1 o'clock this afternoon, I was at a funeral. I watched as 2 parents bury their second child within 18 months. They were speechless. Because what do you say in the midst of that grief? And then I watched the grandmother stand up and painfully and eloquently and beautifully talk about the pain and the suffering they feel and plead with God. And at the same time speak a word of grace and hope. Friends, you cannot stand in that situation. You cannot speak in that situation in the face of death, with the strength you have. That strength, that peace, that comes from someone stronger than any one of us. Those are the moments that we say clearly, we need Jesus. That's what tonight is about. In just a few moments, the church as a whole, we stop being shushers for at least a few moments. We become shouters. And we're not going to raise our voice and shout, but we're going with our actions. We're going to shout. We're going to come forward, and even if it makes us look vulnerable, even if it makes us look silly and a little foolish, we'll get a cross marked on our foreheads. And we'll hear those words that people have heard for thousands of years, from dust you came, to dust you shall return. And in doing so, what we are saying to ourselves, to one another, and most of all to God, is that Jesus, we need you. We need you today. We will need you at the hour of our death, and we are going to need you at every step along the way. That's what we are shouting to God. But here's the good news, and please hear this. God hears all of our shouts, the big ones and the little ones. In the Gospel of Luke, when the man shouts to Jesus, everybody shushes him except one person. You know who that is. Jesus. Jesus says, bring that guy down here. So all the shushers have to help him up. They have to walk him down, and he says, what can I do for you? He says, Lord, let me see again. And Jesus says, your faith has saved you. And in that moment, the man's eyes are open and he can see again, because, friends, this is what God does. God hears the shouts, the big ones and the little ones, of each and every one of us. And in God's time and in God's faithfulness, Jesus always responds. Jesus always responds. And for that we say, thanks be to God. Amen. side of the church. We'll have 2 people come to this side of the church. You will come forward just as you would for communion. We'll start with the middle sections. The part that may be confusing, I'm trusting you'll figure it out, is you won't be marked twice with the imposition of ashes. You can just go to one person or the other and just fan out. Does that make sense? Okay. Really, I just need the first 12 people to know what's going on. Just before we do our confession, also one announcement for the rest of Lent. Starting next week, we will, and I recognize it is spring break, so we might be minus some young people, but next week, and during this Wednesday nights of Lent, we're going to utilize the Holy Evening Prayer Service, which I know is a beloved service for many. It's an opportunity to be more reflective. We also have 3 of the 5 Wednesday nights. We are having guest preachers who will come in. On the night when a preacher is here, I will be at his or her church, or his church, preaching as well. And so there's a bit of a rotation, so it allows you to hear some different voices during the season of Lent. With that, I invite you to stand for our confession of sin. The Bible tells us that if we say we have no sin, we deceive ourselves and the truth is not in us. But if we confess our sins, God, who is faithful and just, forgives and heals us. So let us pause for a moment and acknowledge the brokenness in our lives, in our community, and in our world. Gracious God, we ask you to deal in our lives, in our community, and in our world. Forgive us for what we have done and not done, which has contributed to the same. Ash Wednesday is the one day in the life of the church when we confess confess our sin, and we do not hear a word of absolution. Instead, we come forward, and in doing so, we hear those words, from dust you came, to dust you shall return. It is our way of saying to God, we need you, Jesus. The word of absolution comes. Forgiveness comes through Jesus Christ to each and every one of us. But tonight is our night for us to say this to God. With that, I invite you to be seated as our assistants come.
Thank you.
stand as we conclude with the prayers of the At the sound of, at the end of each petition, we will say, Lord, listen to your children praying, and the congregation is invited to sing that response. We'll sing it through one time.
Ella, great job. Did you set this up? Is this still recording?
Yeah.
Hello.